I don't know what is going on with my hair today, but I don't like it. Okay, welcome back, guys. Today we are doing a little everything that I got in New York haul. Excuse my voice. I have literally been sick for the past 3 weeks, which is why you haven't seen any videos from me, because I essentially lost my voice for an entire week. And then I went traveling, went to concerts, we went out, pretty much doing everything you're not supposed to when you want to heal your throat. And it just got worse and worse. And I've had no voice for, well, I've sounded like this for about like a week and a half now. It was way worse before, but this is the extent of the improvement in my voice. And I think I'm just gonna have to live with it for a little while longer until I get better. But thank you for coming back today, guys. We did quite a bit of shopping in New York. I was not intending to get this much stuff at all. I know every time I travel, I always do like a little bit of shopping, and it's always obviously so much more fun when you're abroad. So the adrenaline hits a little bit more and your wallet does get impacted. Anyways, before I digress, I feel like a lot of these were great splurges and steals at the same time, because New York, the land of sample sales. If you ever want to get designer stuff on sale, and I don't even mean just like outlet pricing, but like on a sale, pretty much anywhere from like 60 to 70, sometimes 90% off, you need to go to New York. Check online for sample sales before you go. There's tons of websites that list them. The sample sale guys, yes, they're legit. I know they're called that. Pretty much have a sample sale like almost every week going on. And you can find like a variety of brands, anywhere from like the Row, hint, hint. There's like lots of Bottega stuff, Jimmy Choo. I have seen Alice and Olivia, like essentially almost every brand under the sun you can find at a sample sale in New York. So if you want to line your trip up with some shopping, that's a hint for you guys. Because I don't know if you guys saw those articles that came out about major design houses like Dior who charge over $5,000 for bags, and it only costs them like $57 to produce them. We do not want to be paying full price for stuff anymore if we don't need to. Before I continue on to a tangent, let's just dive right into what I got in New York. First thing I got, not a sample sale find. However, it was on sale because we went to a flea market, vintage market, antiques market. I don't really know what you call it, but it is called the Grand Bazaar. It apparently is the oldest and largest market in North America. We went in on a Sunday because we didn't really know what else to do. It was our first day there in New York, and we were just tired waiting for a hotel room to get cleaned and opened up. And we happened to find quite a few vintage sellers when it comes to clothing. I do find that a lot of them are quite overpriced there, and yes, they do take cash and card, but everything's just like ridiculous. I found this beautiful fox fur jacket that was like $1,200. And in my head, I'm like, who's just walking into a flea market willing to spend $1,200 on a random Sunday? I mean, I guess if you live in New York, that could be a thing, but like, no, that's not like an everyday purchase. I do that in a boutique where I'm getting service on top of the product. We found a lot of vintage sellers that also sell things like leather, suede, band t-shirts, Levi's jeans, the typical stuff. And then we found this one little corner unit. I can't even tell you where they are in the flea market because I'm sure they rearrange every weekend. I don't know. But we stumbled upon this lady who was selling jackets, like lots and lots of jackets, anything under the sun, suede, leather, fur, wool, like everything. And then Mel found one, a beautiful red one that caught her eye. She tried it on, and this lady only charged her, I think, like $70 for like a full 100% wool jacket. And it was heavy, mind you. Like, think of an expensive rich jacket for $70. What a steal. And then there's another girl that was trying on this is faux suede though, so it's not authentic suede. She was trying on this jacket. She decided she didn't really want it anymore because she was trying on a different leather one that she thought she might want instead. So I asked her if I could try it on, and I managed to snag it. So I got this one for $40. Like, what? And it fits so nicely. In the sun, I thought it was blue, but it turns out it's actually black. And it's just like a simple suede effect overcoat. Fits beautifully, nice and light, easy to pack down, but also easy to just throw on if you want that extra added layer of warmth when you're outside. So I love it. I know this is gonna go heavy into rotation for the fall season. Not winter, because it gets way too cold for this stuff, but I love the fit and it's amazing. So I'm really happy with this find. Okay, next, this was a sample sale find. We stumbled in because we just saw signs for it everywhere. And this was from the sample sale guys. I guess they just get inventory of product from brands that are like overstock, old seasons that just didn't sell, and they just need to liquidate and get rid of. So we originally went in because we saw this brand in the window. It's called Alala. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's new to me. I believe this is designed in New York, so I guess it's a New York company, and they're athletic wear. You can never say no to a good pair of leggings. So I tried a couple on, didn't really like the fit on me or the material and how they looked and the colors, so I didn't get them. But I did see this really cute blue and white striped kind of like dress. I think I can get away with wearing this for tennis. It fits incredibly well. And they do this like stitching in the back that's crisscross that actually flares out nicely and actually hugs the bum really nice to make it look bigger than it actually is. It fit well. Unfortunately, it does not have shorts underneath, so I probably will have to wear shorts with this. But I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. You'll probably see the edge of the seam of the shorts at the top here when it goes across the waist. waist. It's not gonna sit smooth and flat in the body, but it does look really cute nonetheless. And if I really want like an athleisure look, tennis skirt look, like given challengers, I can probably wear this. I actually don't even have a Halloween costume, so you're gonna see this after Halloween goes live, but this could be my Halloween costume if you really wanted to. It's cute. Maybe I'll wear this next year for Halloween. I'll be like a tennis player. So I think I got this for $20. It was marked down quite a decent amount. I believe they're saying like everything was 80% off. I don't know this brand, so I don't know how much this would cost, but if it's $20, then that means it's probably in the realm of like over $100. So got this, fit really nicely. They had a lot of really beautiful Bottega pieces there too. I almost got this trench jacket. You'll see in the side clip here, but I theorized that even though it's like $1,400 from $4,000, I have a trench jacket from Burberry that I got for like $200 in LA. So I don't need another trench, and it was like the same color. If it was like a dark green or a black, I probably would have considered it, because those are the other two colors that I still want and don't have yet. I decided to show restraint and didn't walk away with anything else. So that's all I got from that sample sale. I've also been on a little bit of like a Polo Ralph Lauren kick lately. I picked up a boy's sweater, like a little knit zip up from Ottawa at Tandra Outlets a few weeks ago. And I decided, while we're in New York, you might as well go to Polo. It is the birthplace of Polo. And I figured if it's a house brand there that's from New York, then it should be a little bit cheaper, right? Surprise, surprise. When it comes to pricing adjusted to Canadian, they're pretty harmonized across the board. You're not gonna save that much, maybe anywhere from like $5 to $15 at most. Unless you're getting purple label stuff, then you're spending a lot more and you're saving like a little bit more. At the end of the day, all I wanted to say from that, my lesson learned, is that if I don't find something, don't feel rushed, because I can always just buy it back at home. We do not have issues with fulfillment and supply. I can just get it here, spend a couple more dollars, it's not the end of the world. Anyway, so I did pick up a couple items. I have been wanting a white or cream colored cardigan for a while. I saw a lot of them in the boys, but they just didn't have my size, and the women's ones are a lot slimmer, and I wanted an oversized fit. We found this one in the men's. I love it. I've already worn it, which is why there's no tags on left. And this is the men's medium, so Peter can also wear it since he's a medium. It fits and has that perfect slouch factor to the shoulders, and I can really roll up the arms. This looks like very bored from the boyfriend, which is exactly what I wanted. This is a wool and cashmere blend. I believe it's 80% wool, 20% cashmere. They have a cotton version of it that's also a knit, but I like that the fuzziness of the cashmere and the wool kind of make the whole sweater seem a little bit softer and cozier, whereas the cotton knit, the stitches are like very open and loose, if that makes sense. Like if you look at a cotton knit scarf or sweater, you can really see the holes in between each stitch, and I like that the wool and the cashmere have interlocking fibers that kind of hold it together, so it looks a little bit fuzzy and it meshes together completely. So this is the cream color. Love this. Got in the men's. Surprisingly, exact same price as the cotton one. So if you're looking for a wool or cashmere sweater, definitely look at Polo, because same price as cotton ones, and it's really nice and warm. I've been layering this over a lot of t-shirts, and I just love the fit of it. And I mean, it feels like a tease because I got that in like a men's medium, even though I've intended to wear it for myself. So I also picked up a little t-shirt as a souvenir for Peter while I was there. It's nothing crazy, just like a simple 100% cotton tee here in this like army green color with a tiny little Polo logo in the corner here. This was on sale. Even on sale though, this stuff is incredibly expensive. I didn't realize full price. This is $70 USD for a t-shirt. I think that roughly equates out to like $85, almost $90 for a stinking t-shirt, guys. Like, that's crazy. So it was on sale for $39.99, $40, and I think it comes out to like $50-ish, $55. Still incredibly expensive for a t-shirt, but it is 100% cotton, very soft. And when Peter tried it on, I didn't know this before I purchased it, but when he tried it on, it fit him really well, and it actually looks really nice on his shoulders. So I think well worth it in my mind, because I'm just like, you look good, and I like it when you look good, because then I can just look at you all day long. So I was like, it's a win-win for me. So we got a souvenir out of it, and I get a cute little husband, even though it was just like a souvenir purchase. Okay, so here's where my shopping went a little awry. I stumbled upon the rose sample sale on TikTok literally the day before it opened up to public, and I saw it and I was like, Mel, let's go. We figured probably gonna have a really long, crazy lineup, but we'll just walk by and see what the situation is. Mel also found out that they were doing a Jimmy Choo sample sale, warehouse sale. I don't know what the connotation difference is between that. I think a warehouse sale is like a liquidation where they're getting rid of tons of old stock. And then sample sales usually like pieces that they use for photography, marketing, to walk the runway, whatever, not necessarily items that were sent to store. Although I do often see they have like crazy plethora of stock at a lot of sample sales. So it doesn't feel like they're all samples. They're just like overstock mixed in with samples sometimes. Jimmy Choo warehouse sale. You need to register on Eventbrite for that, so we did. And then when we walked over to the rose sample sale, we heard that this was at like, I think 1 o'clock in the afternoon by the time we got there. We heard that people have been lining up since 1 a.m. So like 12 hours. Mind you, the people at 1 p.m. weren't waiting since 1, but people started lining up at 1 o'clock in the morning crazy to me. Line opens up at 10 a.m. So if you're at the 1 o'clock in the morning person, I guess you have first dibs on stock, but you're waiting 9 hours in line. So not my cup of tea. I would definitely be paying somebody to do it. And there is a service called The Line Guys and they do it. So if you ever want to look into that, you can. I don't think they're too crazy expensive. And in the grand scheme of things, if you're saving 50% off on the row, you can afford a couple of extra $100 to pay for a guy to line up for you if you're already spending that kind of money on the row anyways. All I want to say is that when we got there, people told us at the spot that we were waiting in, it was going to be at least almost 6 hours to get to the front to shop. So Mel and I said, like, screw it, we're not doing that. The Jimmy Choo sale did not have a line. And since we had it registered already, we could just like walk right in. So we walked immediately in, went upstairs, got our bags checked, and went in onto the floor. I did some damage. If you've seen my TikTok, then you'll know that I got 4 pairs of shoes and I'm going to run them through with you guys today. I haven't seen any of these shoes on their website since. I tried to do a little bit of digging to figure out how much everything roughly is MSRP, and I think I have a rough idea for you. When you go in, everything is color-coded. There are zip tags on everything. Most of the shoes come with zip tags attached to them. If it's a boot like this, I can't remember exactly how they did it, but if it's a boot, then they had a price on the wall that said all boots for $425. Remember, this is all in USD. And then everything else is pretty much zip tied. Pumps like these have an elastic band with a zip tie to the elastic band and then just wrap around the shoe like this, so you just grab and go. And then other shoes like these, they're zip tied to the straps here. I think I must have tried on over 20 pairs of shoes and I ended up with these 4. I definitely weeded out a lot. I was on the hunt for simple black shoes that I could wear on a day-to-day because I found that after spending years collecting statement designer shoes, I actually don't have a simple pair of black pumps. You can bet my excitement when I landed on these ones. There was a slightly higher heel, which looked beautiful. I think they were the exact same heel height as these red ones, but I wanted something that was guaranteed to be comfortable and I could wear whenever I needed to, whether it's to like a conference, a work meeting, to attend an event, a special occasion, whatever. So I landed on this pair. I don't know the exact name of this because they don't have boxes. They just come like this, but I believe it's very similar to the Romy profile. If I am correct, I believe this is the 60. Incredibly comfortable, 2.5 inches or so. I am a size 36 though, and I find that because my shoes do fit flat and I'm a true size 36, and these are patent, I have worn them about like 2-3 times already. They do kind of hurt my feet after a while, so I probably should have sized up a half size. But before I get into that, got these in a 36. Recommend half size for these ones if you're going for a low profile one, because a slight heel will push a foot all the way to the front and it'll rub up against the patent. Even though you fit it perfectly, it's just a tight fit and it is very pointed to at the bottom, but I still love them. And these didn't have a zip tie to them. I ended up paying $150 for these. Next thing that I got, which I think sequentially when I looked at the rack, I found these red pumps. Okay, so these ones had a purple zip tie to them, which means $150. They were wrapped around like this and I took them off and I realized that there was 2 right feet. So I asked one of the staff to bring out the left side for me. When he brought it out, it was also wrapped in a pair and that also had a purple zip tie to it too. These black shoes didn't have any zip ties. I just tried them on and there's no pricing. So I just took this pair of zip tie with the purple and I put onto this one so I could get $150 off. But I don't think these were supposed to be $150. I think these were supposed to be closer to like $250. Simple black pair of pumps, Jimmy Choo's for $150. When will you ever get that? I did the conversion. That's almost like only $200 for a pair of pumps. So that's a great price. A lot of Zara shoes are pushing that price point right now. So designer for $200? Why not? I almost didn't buy these, by the way, because I was like, if I'm spending too much money and I don't have enough space in my luggage to check everything home, don't get the simple pair of shoes. I can probably buy them down the road again. I'm not going to miss out on them. But then I convinced myself to get them when they rang up at $150 because I was like, if I don't get them now, when am I ever going to get them at this price ever again? And the next time I end up buying them, they probably will be full price at, I don't know, like $700. And I think on the website, these are close to like $800 to almost $1,000. They're not available right now. I don't know if it's discontinued, but I also noticed that Jimmy Choo's heels now also have the JC in the back of the bump here, which I don't really like. I wanted something that was very nondescript, so landed on this pair. Steal of a lifetime, like $200 Canadian, as opposed to like almost $1,000. So pretty happy with these. Okay, back to the reds. I believe this is also in the similar profile, the Romy, but it has a higher heel. I think this might be the 100, which is usually like 10 centimeters or something like that. Definitely a lot higher. I also got this in a size 6. However, since it has a higher heel to it, my foot does slide down a little bit further to the front. So I have a tiny bit of space here. So I wouldn't recommend sizing up in these because I get space in the back and when I walk, I don't want my heels slipping out. These I can wear comfortably right now. And for some reason, I don't know if it's because I'm standing more on my toes than I was on the black ones. They actually don't hurt as much, even though the heel's higher and it's the exact same size. Weird. I almost passed on this pair as well too because I told myself, I'm like, when are you ever going to wear a red pair of heels, Vic? The answer is probably almost next to never. However, I thought that there have been situations in the past where I've wanted a red heel. Beautiful classic color, not too dark and not too bright either. It's like the perfect perfect red. Same thing with the black. I was like, the next time you want to buy them, they're probably going to be incredibly pricey. If you want something within the price range of this, you got to look at Mango, Zara, Aldo, Call It Spring, and the quality in those are like okay, but they're not the best. When are you ever gonna get designer pumps for $150 USD or $200 again? So I said, screw it, just get it. So now I am the proud owner of a pair of red pumps. I actually really want to do a whole monochrome red look. So I have these red sheer-tex tights that I got last year. I think they're like almost the perfect match, and I just got a stowed red dress off of Poshmark that I'm excited to try with this. I think it would be really cute for the holiday season. So stay tuned because you might see another holiday outfit roundup where I feature a full red look. And then the third pair of shoes that I got were these really strappy ones. This is so far out of my comfort zone and I literally have no idea when I would ever wear these, but they're just so beautiful and too perfect to pass up. Mel likes to call these my mermaid shoes because of the color. They're absolutely stunning. I do have to say, they're very fondly known online as Polly Pocket shoes. I have been dying over the kitten heel version that does not have the ankle wraparound strap. It's like half the height of this. These are the exact same height as my red ones, so around like 3.5 inches or so. It essentially, if you remove this back half of the shoe here, it just has the front and it's like a low kitten heel. Really cute, really sexy, giving Y2K, very nostalgic vintage vibes. I love them. When I spotted this on the rack, I immediately grabbed them for myself because they were in my size and the color is perfect and they're just incredibly comfortable, surprisingly. I don't know why they don't put this footbed into all the other shoes, but it has like a really nice soft footbed on here that's incredibly comfortable. It almost molds to my feet perfectly. It doesn't even feel like I have uncomfortable shoes on. I love them. They were an immediate take home for me. It has like a moire type of satin fabric wrapping around the base of the shoe, a metallic kind of aquamarine heel with leather straps, and then these really cute little heart details at the front here. Very cutesy. I don't know how often I'm gonna wear them, but I think this will be perfect for that one day I need them in my closet and I'm be like, oh, I got them, and they're on sale. So these also were not the cheapest. These ended up being $350, but if I remember correctly, I think this pair online is closer to like $1,600, $1,800 on their website. I can't remember, it's been so long now. These came out earlier this year in the summertime and I just didn't get them because I didn't want to pay full price for them for such a statement shoe. But for $350, and I think this comes out to like maybe 500 Canadian, not a bad price. Did I need them? No. Will they come in handy one day? I think so. So I walked home with them and they're just like a dopamine shoe. They just make me so happy when I look at them. So I'm very excited to add this to my collection. And then for the very last and final thing that I purchased, a pair of boots. I actually went on this trip in New York with the intention of finding a perfect pair of leather boots. I had this one pair from Dolce Vita that I really wanted to get my hands on. They were sold out in my size online and they have like a wonky return fee where like you have to pay for the postage. So I didn't want to buy the wrong size just to have to return them and repurchase them again. And there's a Dolce Vita store in New York. So I figured, let's go try them on there. They're the Augie in a dark brown suede, like a really rich, deep brown, like a chestnutty color. And I tried them on, but unfortunately the calf was huge. And it's a type of boot that like curves in slightly to form the shape of your calf. I had this much sticking out at the end. I didn't like the look. It seemed like the boots were grossly large for my legs and I just looked like toothpicks inside of them. So I didn't end up getting them. Those I believe were almost like 300 USD-ish. So I passed on that and that did not complete my boot hunt. I found another pair of boots at Stowed, which were like almost $1,000. So I said no to that. And then when we happened upon the sale, I found a perfect pair of boots there in black, leather, beautiful, may I digress, in like the perfect silhouette to replace a different pair of boots that I already have at home. I didn't need them, but they just didn't fit. And when it comes to Jimmy Choo boots, I highly recommend sizing up a full size just because I find that the toe box here is like really flat, especially if you have a heel and it's a pointed toe. It gets really flat. It gets pushed in here around the toe bed and it's just really tight. So size up, especially if you're gonna be wearing socks with them. I do. I love wearing thick, chunky socks. So I always go one full size up. These aren't a 37. The black pair that I found at the sale were a 36. I probably would have 100% scooped them up if they were my size, but unfortunately they were too tight. Could have worn them, but I know I'm gonna get a lot of pain because that's what happened in my other Mavis boots and I regret them because those were expensive. So I put those back. And then I found this suede pair in this beautiful like taupey olive brown green color. Like what color do you guys see? I thought I saw brown at first and then another couple came over and asked me what color were these and they thought they were green, so I don't know, but it's still pretty much a neutral in my eyes and perfect for autumn because suede, number one of the biggest trends right now, and also just the shade and the color and the simple silhouette of the boot. When comparing the boot height with the heels, they're like a little bit shorter. They're not as high. I think these are closer to like an 80 millimeter, so they're not as high. Very comfortable to walk in. I tested it out and they fit really well. So I went ahead and got these. And these, surprisingly, are supposed to be, I believe, $4.25 for boots. However, when the girl rung them up at the cash, I don't know what she did, but I got them for $3.50, so I'm not mad about them at all. And I checked the MSRP on their boots on their website, and some of them are over $2,000. So it was like $500, 75% off. I can do it. If it was like $4.25, that probably would have been closer to like $600, $650. And I was like, there's still a great, beautiful pair of shoes. I don't need them for that much, but I would have been at that point where I was like, maybe I'll put them back. Maybe I'll get them. I'm not sure, but for the price, for $3.50, hells yeah. So these came home with me, and I love them, and I'm actually gonna be wearing them out today because they're so freaking cute. Okay, so that is the whole haul of everything that I bought in New York. I hope you guys had fun vicariously living through all of my sample sale purchases. I pretty much loved everything that I brought home with me. Nothing was a buyer's remorse or buyer's regret, and I have learned over years now that I will feel it immediately. If I purchase something and I'm like, I probably shouldn't have bought that, but everything I loved. Even the shoes, they're such like statement ones, but they're great, and I feel like they're all filling that like internal hole in my personal closet and in my brain, so I justified that they were okay to walk away with. Plus, I just love them, and great prices. So if you guys do ever find yourself in New York, definitely research the hell out of sample sales and make a pit stop because it'll be worth your while. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be back with a fun little haul coming up soon because I did a little order that I can't wait to share with you guys from another amazing sale. So I hope you guys stick around to see that next. And of course, if you guys want to see more of me, make sure you tune in to my Instagram or my TikTok, where I post a little bit more frequently than YouTube. Otherwise, make sure you guys are subscribed on here. That way you never miss a single video when I upload them. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.